What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be working on the MR2. Toro and I will be working in the interior of the car. As you can see, it is the steering wheel. That's one of the main things that we do in our cars as soon as we get them is the steering wheel and anything that has to do with the shifter, whether it's bushings, linkage, the shift knob. I just want to make sure I'm engaged, especially in the cars that are supposed to be made for fun like this. So let's get to it. I feel like most of you guys are new subscribers, but if you know me well or if you subscribed before, you do know that I'm into 60s, 70s, and 80s European cars mostly, honestly. I grew up as a kid liking mostly JDM cars, but in high school and on, I kind of like shifted over to old school European cars. So one of the things I actually geek out on are actually steering wheels. So I do like classic Nardis and Momos, and a weird thing about me, besides my Fit, which I got a new Momo steering wheel for, I actually prefer getting used steering wheels because there's like random rare steering wheels. I do like the Jackie Stewart steering wheel, which has more rounded spokes and it's a little bit smaller, but that looks way nicer on a curvier car. So most people that get Momos for JDM cars, Monte Carlos, if it's European cars, early Porsches, they go Prototipo. But if you're really a nerd like me, you look into even the earlier Prototipos, which are more flat face, less concave. And this one that I actually got is a MOMO Gilles Villeneuve steering wheel. So that is a F1 driver who actually was an awesome driver in the late 70s and early 80s for F1.
There is the hero of the day, Gilles Villeneuve. And Villeneuve goes through! Fantastic! Gilles Villeneuve leads!
And then he died in a huge car crash going like 140 miles an hour.
During qualifying for the 1982 Belgian Grand Prix at Zolder, Villeneuve's famous number 27 Ferrari collided and was launched into a terrifying accident. Several hours later, in hospital, he would succumb to his injuries and plunge the world of motor racing into mourning.
So you can see here, his name is printed, Gilles Villeneuve, when it was new. And if you guys are ever wondering how old your steering wheel is, if you buy it used, it's just printed in the back right here. So it says right here, 881, which means it was made on the 8th month of 1981. So yeah, I really like how cool the steering wheel is. It's more boxy looking, a little bit different, and it's cool just to have another unique steering wheel. There is quite a patina to this. I'm pretty sure this is the original leather because it is really beat up. So maybe I just put some leather conditioner on it and it's fine. I really do like the old school weathered patinaed look, so that's why I got this. But the first thing we need to install is actually a steering wheel hub. The past 3-4 cars I've had, I put MOMO steering wheel hubs, but I wanted to change it up. I actually talked to a few friends that ran MOMO hubs and WorkSpell hubs, and they said WorkSpell is far superior. So I am gonna try that out. Just looking at the mounting points on both sides and also the boot itself, it just feels more premium. So hopefully we can figure this out and mount this on the car. So using the stock steering wheel is honestly fine if you're daily driving and not really spirited driving or tracking or autocrossing it. And also if you like the originality, it's a good steering wheel. It looks pretty cool. It's very 80s. The only thing I don't like is that I really have to work my way to turn the car when I'm autocrossing. So I wanted something slightly smaller. So the MOMO steering wheel is smaller and it'll be much easier for me to turn so I can get around the cones much faster. So first things first, if you have a Mark 1 MR2, there is gonna be a Phillips screw in the bottom in the center of the steering wheel. So we're gonna remove that first. There it is. Okay, I think I got it. Here's the screw, it comes with a washer. You can put that away. And I believe you can remove this now. So here's the wire for the horn, and you can't really pull it from this side, so let's pull it from the steering wheel side. There you go. Very simple. Now we're using a 17 mil with an extension for the center bolt. There you go. It's just a screw and a bolt, and this should technically pop out. You can kind of shimmy it left and right a little bit. There you go. Boom. OE steering wheel is off. This is in Japanese. Is there English instructions in here? I think it's pretty simple. We're gonna slide this in, just like that. And then this is the wire for the horn, obviously. Time out for just 1 second. This is not an ad at all, but I wish I recorded this. I used some leather conditioner on the steering wheel, and it is this product right here. It's called Niobe Leather and Vinyl Recoloring Balm. Obviously the color is black. Here's the steering wheel. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. It was definitely the original black leather, but the steering wheel itself was, I kid you not, it was like almost like a medium gray because it was so dry. So I put this, I did a couple coats of this and just let it sit for like 2 hours or so, and it was dry to the touch. It wasn't staining anything, and it literally looks 10 times better. I do just want to give a shout out to this product. It works fantastic. If you guys have any dry rotted leather materials like steering wheels or even interior seats, door panels, I highly recommend this product. I will give a link down below in the description, and let's get back to the installation. So just to give you guys a breakdown, my steering wheel matches with these holes right here that are kind of more towards the center. And then the ones on the edges, I believe they're Nardi, don't quote me on that, but those don't align up with my steering wheel. So let me put my steering wheel right here. So when I align it with these holes, you can see right there that all the holes align. So keep that in mind and just make sure your steering wheel is straight and then align whichever one you're gonna use. So there's a fine spline right here which allows you to adjust where your center of the steering wheel is gonna be, whether it's here or you want it slightly to the right. So this is gonna play a huge role. Honestly, it's the main part of whether or not your steering wheel is gonna be straight when you're actually driving straight. All right, so now we're gonna put the washer. It's a lock washer that's provided by WorksBell, and then the nut provided by them. So slide that in. We got it? Yeah, there you go. All right, and now we're gonna use this little torque wrench. I've used this plenty of times, more than I thought I would. It's a mini torque wrench that's ranged from 2.5 to 45 foot-pounds. So this is good for accessory stuff in the engine bay, interior stuff, door panels, even the seats. Anything small that needs light torque specs, this is fantastic. It's also pretty small, so it also is able to go in tight spaces. So again, the manual says to put it to 22 foot-pounds, 22. We're gonna use, again, the extension on the 17 mil. Done, 22 foot-pounds. We'll slide the cover back on. Nice, okay. One step closer. Yeah, there we go, everything aligns. And then we just screw this down with the provided hardware. And then this handy bit that I bought for the simulator, it comes in handy even now. So I feel like a lot of people that install an aftermarket steering wheel, their horns don't work or it's messed up. If you are using a MOMO hub, you have to use the MOMO spacer that's provided. I think mine's on the shelf, but I'll post a picture right here. And the way that it's supposed to be hooked up is the actual horn wire goes onto one of these prongs, and then this prong, you need another wire that attaches from here to that spacer. There's gonna be another one of these notches or these prongs on the spacer. Once you attach that to the spacer, you can plug it in, and then it will only turn on when you actually push the horn. But for the WorksBell hub, you're actually gonna use the provided spacer. So this literally just slots in right here, and that's it. So now you just plug this into your horn, and the horn will work only when the horn is pushed down. All right, last but not least, the horn. So this is literally just gonna plug into any of these two prongs. Make sure you slide it in all the way. Most of these horns now come with this spring-loaded retainer, so you're gonna actually wanna slide this in first and then the rest of the steering wheel. So let me show you. So you just wanna press that in. There you go. And then the rest of the horn. It's pressed in. There you go. It only works when you push the horn down. So the WorksBell method is more simplified, which I like. You don't have to mess with two wires that are either gonna get tangled up, come off, or whatever. So man, this feels 10 times better than the original steering wheel. Also, I think it just looks a lot better too. Very old school. Let's actually take it out for a test drive. So first impressions are, it does feel like it's the easiest way to quicken the turning on this car, like especially for autocross. It feels a lot more sensitive without having to change the steering rack. I am thinking about doing the steering rack like down the road, which it would feel great, but I know that's way more involved compared to just using a smaller steering wheel. on low speeds, it is going to be a little bit harder to turn, but I feel no issue with that since it is a lightweight car. So on a little bit of a curvy road like this, a back road where you're going 50, 60 miles an hour, this feels fantastic. Way better than the original steering wheel. It's just a lot more racing inspired. It just inspires a lot more confidence when I'm driving. Overall, I'm super happy with this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.